So you know the saying, what goes around comes around? Well, I've went around, and around, and it came around. Finally. Alright, what's going on, Lucas? My name is Kurt, and welcome to Walt Disneylanders. Hope you guys enjoy your stay, and hope you guys have a great time. We are the Walt Disneylanders. My name is Kurt, and I am the coach of your Walt Disneylanders. Words are hard, but that was the best intro I've gotten so far. So, this is my new draft league team, the Walt Disneylanders. Shouts to my guy Brody, aka Odds Are, for hooking me up with the logo. It's super clean, super sick. I know you can't really see it in the thing there, but it looks super sick, and I love it. So, this is the new franchise. Started off as a meme, won a bet, they got a free logo, and it was just meant to be. So that was the first big hype news. If you guys saw the trailer weeks back, this totally was not what I was referencing, but it worked out. So this is the NCP, the National Competitive Pokemon. Name could use some work, but this is owned by my good pal John Jr. If you guys do not know John Jr., he is a GOAT. He is the kid. He was that kid in APA that nobody knew and then blew the fuck up because he was that kid who just showed up, who was just this scrawny little dude playing Pokemon. Now he's fucking jacked and he's awesome. And John is one of my best friends, so I'm gassing him up. The reason I say what goes around comes around is 2 years ago, actually 2 years ago, like a week ago, I let John into my league PMU. If you guys don't know, I run a league pickup PMU. By the way, I will finish uploading that eventually, but I got other stuff going on. I let John in a PMU.
John Jr. here, and I am bringing you guys another draft analysis video, this time for the PMU.
And he was this kid that Panther met through a random league he joined, and little did I know 2 years later, this kid would become one of my best friends, if not my best friend in the world. So, yeah. That's my guy, and what goes around comes around. I let him into my league, now he lets me into his, and we're taking our opportunity and we're running because he took his opportunity and he ran with it. So, all that moosey gooshy stupid shit out of the way, let's talk about Pokemon. Let's talk about Draft League. This is the NCP. NCP has a lot of very good coaches. Everyone will be linked down in the description. Please go check out every single coach linked in the description. We have some very cool coaches this season. Obviously, you got my boys John and Owen. You got really cool coaches like the Uzi Gunner, you got Vepsis, Shuckle King, Liv, Josh, the returning champion, you got D-Ray, you got Curly and Mo, also known as Shaquaza and JB Westside, you got 6 Foot Hacks, you got Feign Attack, you got Alex Cool Rocket, is my guy. We got a lot of fun people this season, so please go check everyone out. Everyone's draft analysis is going to be going up today. And everyone will be linked down in the description below. Let's talk about drafting. So before I get into this, I hate draft analysis. I think they're the dumbest thing ever. So I'm not going to spend too much time on each Pokemon. I'm going to kind of run through things, my thought process, what I wanted, what it does. Because I play Pokemon. I don't teach Pokemon. I'm trying to get better myself. So if you don't know what a certain Pokemon does, I'm going to try and like brief over it. But also go on Showdown. Look it up. Have some fun with it. So let's get into round 1, shall we? Alright, so round 1 is here. We are pick 11? No, we are pick 10. Sorry, I can count. We are pick 10. So going into the draft, I knew stuff like Garchomp and Landorus and Tornadus and Celesteela, and all of the 18-point mons would be gone right off the bat. So I started the draft beforehand thinking about 17-point mons, 16-point mons that I want to build around. So originally I went into the draft wanting Urshifu. Urshifu Single Strike looked like a really fun Pokemon, and I really wanted to try it out. But draft went through. This got taken, this got taken, this got taken, that got taken, this got taken, and it comes to me. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, wait a minute, these Pokemon shouldn't be here. So I had to pick between Garchomp, Urshifu, or Celesteela. All 3 of which were very fun. I've used Celesteela many times. I really wanted to try Urshifu, and Garchomp is a mon that's always really good, especially in this gen without Hidden Power Ice. This mon got better, especially with Scale Shot now being able to boost its speed. So I had to really pick between 2 18-point mons or stick with my Urshifu plan, but I really didn't want to let Celesteela and Garchomp go to players behind me because there was a lot of good players behind me on the draft, and I really wouldn't like letting them get some of the best Pokemon in the format. So with round 1, I decided to pick up Baymax or Celesteela. Celesteela is a very, very bulky boy. Celesteela is a very bulky Pokemon. It is a very bulky steel type that is very hard to kill. It gets access to Leech Seed for recovery, no other reliable recovery unfortunately, but it does get the Beast Boost ability, which allows it to boost its highest stat once getting a kill. So it's kind of like Moxie, but with any stat, depending on what you EV it for. Celesteela, along with being defensive in this type of format where it's a chest timer, can be a lot more offensive as well. A lot of people sleep on a Totemized Weakness Policy Celesteela, or just straight up offensive like a Banded Celesteela, kind of go crazy. So I think Celesteela is a really fun mon. It's a mon I'm super comfortable with, and I'm really excited to get using. So round 2 comes around. I've been talking with my boy Owen. I gotta shout out my boy Owen, OG Albina. He helped me draft, helped me plan out throughout this entire draft. He's a very smart player. He's a very educational channel as well. So if you guys want to learn and get better at Pokemon, please go check out my guy Owen. He is one of the best creators for that, and he also is striving to get better each and every day. So please go check him out. But Owen has been helping me figure out draft plans and figure out this, that, and the other. And round 2 came around, and there was a very Pokemon I really wanted to get, and that Pokemon was Tapu Lele. That Pokemon, Lele, Celesteela was were two terrible, horrifying threats in Gen 7. So having both of them on the same team would sound really cool. And I was about to pick it, but I was talking to Owen. I was like, I think this is a really good idea. And Owen's like, I don't like that idea. I like Latias. And we decided to go with Latias. Owen convinced me to go Latias instead of Lele for a couple of reasons. One, it gave me a better speed tier, which I didn't get with Lele. 2, Lele isn't as good as people say it is. I think this gen it got severely nerfed. With the terrain being lessened, it's not as big of a powerhouse threat as people say it is anymore. Lost Z moves, which is a huge thing. And I used Tapu Lele in APA Odyssey last season, and I didn't hate it. It wasn't my favorite Pokemon though. I thought it was a fun Pokemon. But it was my favorite. So Owen literally said, so which do you prefer more, Lele or Latias, because you boast? And thinking about it, I wanted to try Lele, but I'm like, I'm more comfortable with Latias. I enjoyed it a lot more when I had it way back when than when I did have Lele. So he's like, I feel like that's your answer because both fit with your team, but you can get another fairy type down the road. So we decided to go with the Latias route. Latias is a base 110 dragon. Oh, this is Renaissance. Renaissance. Wow, I'm a fucking geek. If you get that reference, though. This is Renaissance, our Latias. If you guys don't get the theme, we're naming all our players, all our Pokemon after Disney characters because we're all Disneylanders. We're in Disneyland. Fun times. Renaissance is not a Disney character. It is a golden age of Disney, which is essentially from like 1994 to 1996, I believe, is the time era. That's when all of the Disney classics got released, like Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, stuff like that. That's when all of that originally got released way back when. So that was called the golden era or the Renaissance period of Disney. So Shiny Latias is gold, so I decided to name it like golden era, the Renaissance period. So really cool name. And I thought that would be exciting because a lot of them are very named after characters, but I couldn't come up with a good one for Latias. And then I found that. So that is Renaissance, our Latias. Latias is kind of just like a bulkier Latios. It hits very hard, it's very fast, it has some very nice bulk, and it gives me a lot of utility that's nice for Celesteela. First, Celesteela is weak to fire and electric. What does Latias resist? Fire and electric. Boom, perfect. What is Latias weak to? Dragon, Fairy. What does Celesteela resist? Dragon, Fairy. Boom. Latias offers a defog support, which Celesteela does not offer. It offers baton pass in this gen, which is really nice, so it gives me momentum. Baton passing stats is not allowed at all in NCP, but we are allowed to use it for dry pass, so I can get switch initiative with my Latias. It gets utility moves like Trick, Defog, gets Roost and Recover to keep it healthy, and it gets a lot of nice coverage moves. Draco and Psychic are obviously very good offensive typings, and then you get stuff like Shadow Ball. This gen it got Aura Sphere, it got Mystical Fire, to finally hit Steel types very well outside of Hidden Power Fire, which got removed from the game. So Latias got a lot of new moves, a lot of new toys, and it pairs really nicely with Celesteela, so I'm very excited to get this pairing. Round 3, and we get our Fire Bunny from Gen 8, the new Gen 8 starter. We get Cinderace. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean Cinderace signed somewhere else? I thought we had Cinderace locked up. But Cinderace paired with our team so well. But it was such a good fit. We could have named him Thumper. Oh, come on, dude. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Bye. Alright, so apparently we didn't get Cinderace. That sucks. So we instead decided to pick up RAIKOU. RAIKOU is another Pokemon I'm very comfortable with using. We just finished using it in the WPF season. I know that needs to get uploaded as well. I apologize, but we did just have it. That season just ended for me. If you know, you know. If you don't, that'll get uploaded very shortly. So stay tuned for that. But Raikou is Pokemon we just used, and I love Raikou. It is a very fun Pokemon, and this gen it got a very critical move. That move is Scald. Raikou learned Scald is huge because its way of hitting grounds before was either Hidden Power Grass or Water. Now it gets Scald. That is such a good move for Raikou to get. It just bullies ground types because a lot of ground types also don't want to get burned. So on top of not wanting to take a water move, they don't want to get burned. Raikou also gives me a 115 speed tier, gives me a very nice special breaker, and it gives me a Pokemon I'm very comfortable with. We really wanted Scorbunny for that speed tier. We wanted something faster than Latios to just have a higher speed tier. Cinderace fits so well with our team. Unfortunately, we did get sniped of Cinderace, so we had to just budget for Raikou, and we decided to. It was nice. It gave us a nice Volt turn as well, and a nice Electric type. It's almost always nice on a draft. You can never go wrong with an Electric type. Why is the roof so noisy? God. Alright, so round 4 comes around, and we decide to pick up my guy, SEISMITOAD. This is Prince Naveen. Prince Naveen was the actual name of the frog from Princess and the Frog. This might seem very early for SEISMITOAD, but the reason I decided to go SEISMITOAD is at the beginning of round 4, D-Ray had already taken Swampert. And I was already going back and forth between Swampert and SEISMITOAD. I really wanted to try Swampert because it gets Flip Turn and Bulk Up, and it gives me a Rocker and stuff like that. But D-Ray went with Swampert, so I decided I need to snatch up SEISMITOAD because it was not coming back to me. So I decided to snatch up SEISMITOAD because it gives me a water immunity as well. Usually I like my water types to resist water, or I have to draft another water resist. So Swampert at least, or SEISMITOAD, sorry, at least gives me a water resist, a water immunity, while not fully resisting water itself. Gives me a Rocker, gives me a bulky water, and it gives me a lot of nice utility as well. It gives me a knockoff user, which my team does not have yet. Knockoff is going to be really nice. It gives me a ground type, which is going to be super nice for them pesky electric types. Luckily, we got Raikou, so we don't have to worry about that. SEISMITOAD, Scald is also just kind of broken because it burns everything, because, you know, Scald, unless you're me, because I don't get Scald burns because I'm not very lucky. And rocks were a big part of this team. I noticed when making a plan, I had a plan of a couple months ahead already. My team really didn't have rockers, and rockers are super nice to get necessary chip to guarantee 2 KOs, or 3 KOs, or OKOs, or certain calcs on Pokemon. Just in a draft league setting, I think rocks are super important. So SEISMITOAD was something I really wanted to pick up. I'm very happy we got Prince Naveen. This is a Pokemon I've had on my radar since round 1. Round 1, even before the draft, I was looking at Pokemon that I wanted to try, and there's a Pokemon that I have not tried, or that I have tried, but I've not used in a very long time, and that Pokemon is BUZZWOLE. I'm very excited to have BUZZWOLE again. If you guys don't know my history with BUZZWOLE, I was in a league called IPBL about 2.5 years ago. I took over a very, very, very bad team with a round 1 Jolteon and a round 4 Alolan Dugtrio or something like that. It was very bad, but the team had BUZZWOLE on it. And I kid you not, in 6 weeks, I got BUZZWOLE 23 kills. I got 2 6-0s with BUZZWOLE. I got 23 kills in 6 weeks. It was a phenomenal Pokemon. I love BUZZWOLE to death. It is one of my favorite mons. And now with HP Flying being out of the game, you best watch out for your boy, because your boy, Mr. Incredible, is coming to flex on you. BUZZWOLE is a very bulky Pokemon. It has base 107 defense, base 107 HP, 139 defense, and a base 139 special attack stat with 79 speed. It is a very bulky boy. It gets access to Bulk Up. It gets access to 2 recovery moves in Drain Punch and Leech Life now that they buffed it in was that Gen 7 or Gen 8 that they buffed it? I believe it was Gen 7, but it might have been Gen 8. I don't remember which. BUZZWOLE also gets some nice coverage moves. It gets Darkest Lariat now, which lets it hit ghost types, which the huge downside of BUZZWOLE was that any ghost type could just come in and wall it, because most ghost types are going to resist bug, they're going to be immune to fighting, obviously, and it doesn't get any coverage to hit ghost types. BUZZWOLE gets some nice coverage. It also, like Celesteela, is an Ultra Beast, so it gets the Beast Boost ability, usually boosting its attack or defense stat by 1 after each kill, which just makes it a monster. Either its defense stat boosts and it can't be killed, or its attack stat boost and it kills you. So I'm very excited for Mr. Incredible. Round 5 comes around. I'm very excited for the next pick. This next pick is a Pokemon I've wanted to try for a very long time, and that Pokemon is Diancie. Now, Diancie is a Fairy Rock type to finish our Dragon Fairy Steel Core with Celesteela and Latios, and it gives us another Stealth Rocker. Fucking phone. What do you want, Professor Pikachu? What do you mean Diancie got sniped? The pick before us? You're kidding me. There's no way we got sniped again of a very critical Pokemon on our team. Come on, dude. That's tragic. Alright. Shit. Okay, I'll figure something out. Thanks, Professor. All right. First off, how cringy have those been? All right, so we got sniped of Diancie, literally the pick before us, and I've never been more heartbroken in my life. Diancie is a Pokemon I wanted to try for so long, and the reason I usually don't draft Diancie is because it's a fairy type that doesn't resist fighting. But we have Latias, we had Celesteela, which was also neutral. It paired super nicely with Celesteela. It gave us another rocker, it gave us a fairy type, and it was just an overall really good Pokemon. Unfortunately, we did lose out on it. So our round 5 pick is actually going to be Mortal Potion, our Drapion. This was another very good Pokemon that I wanted to grab. I think Drapion is a very underrated Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that I don't give enough credit to. This is a Pokemon that I kind of sleep on sometimes, but it's a very nice Pokemon. A Dark type is crucial. You need to have a Dark type in Draft League. I think it's probably top 3 most important types to have in a draft, because it's just nice for breaking bulky Psychics, which are very common in Pokemon. Grounded Poison is another. I'd put it in top 5, maybe probably just top 7 most important types to have in a draft. Grounded Poison prevents T-Spikes from going up on your side of the field. Now, given my team is not scared of T-Spikes, I do have 2 flying Pokemon. I have a flying type and a levitate user, but SEISMITOAD doesn't want to get poisoned, and neither is my RAIKOU, who wants to be volt switching in and out. So a Grounded Poison is going to be really nice. On top of being a Grounded Poison, it's a Grounded Poison that gives me T-Spikes. That is going to be very nice for helping RAIKOU and SEISMITOAD and Celesteela and Latias really break through other things and get shipped down to have my win cons win that week. Knockoff, like I said, with SEISMITOAD is a very good move. It's a very bulky Pokemon. It has very nice defenses. A lot of people sleep on this Pokemon's stat spread. 70, 90, 110, 60, 75, 95. Not really a bad stat anywhere. His special attack is not very good, but we're not running Special Drapion. On top of that, it also gets a very nice ability, which I enjoy. It's called Battle Armor. It prevents you from getting crit. If you know me, my luck sucks. It's bad. So having a Pokemon that can't be crit is very good for me. On top of that, it also gets a lot of coverage moves. It gets stuff like Leash Life, it gets Fire Fang, Ice Fang, it gets Poison Jab, obviously because Poison type, and it gets Earthquake, it gets Aqua Tail, it gets some very good moves to be a very offensive threat, as well as being a very supporty type of Pokemon with Toxic Spikes and Knockoff, and it also gets Whirlwind. So yeah, I think Drapion overall is a very nice fit for our team. Also fills that speed tier below Latias that forces some like 100s and 105s to start running Jolly, which was a huge thing we needed. To fill between Latias and SEISMITOAD, we need to start filling in those speed tiers. All right, round 8 comes around, and I really didn't know how I wanted to round out my draft. I had a good amount of points left still, and I knew there was one higher tier Pokemon I wanted to go back and grab, but I didn't know how to round out my lower tier leftover picks. And this pick is I was heavily encouraged by Owen to grab this Mon. I was hesitant at first, but Owen showed me all of the bright sides about it. And that Pokemon is COALOSSAL. This is Teika, our COALOSSAL. Teika was that big volcano that sang in Moana. Yeah, if you guys saw that. I actually didn't see Moana, but let me know in the description, or let me know in the comments if you guys made it this far. Let me know what your favorite Disney movie is, and let me know if you've seen Moana. And yeah, smile. So yeah, we have Teika, our COALOSSAL. This gives us a Rapid Spinner, this gives us a Stealth Rocker, this gives us a Spiker, this gives us a Rock type, this gives us a Fire type. Why are all these important? First off, Stealth Rocks. We only have one Stealth Rocker, like I was explaining with SEISMITOAD. Very important to have Rocks up. A lot of Pokemon take Rocks damage, takes that nice 12%, give us some nice damage and nice information if Pokemon is leftovers or heavy duty boots or stuff like that. Also gives us damage for crucial rolls. Spikes are very important because stuff like flying types are not gonna, stuff like steel types and rock types take 6% from Stealth Rocks because they resist rock. So spikes just punish a lot more grounded Pokemon, which there are a lot more grounded Pokemon than there are stuff that fly. Third, rock type. Right now, look at my team, and then look at a flying type, and look at my team, and then look at a flying type. Flying type goes crazy. If the flying type gets coverage, like if flying type gets any sort of coverage to hit Celesteela, I'm screwed. RAIKOU can check some flying types, but like if I were to encounter a Staraptor, I'd be in trouble. I'd be fucked. So COALOSSAL is a very bulky rock type to help me check the flying types that are out there. Fire type is also very nice because look at my team. Look at fire type. All right, well, you have a SEISMITOAD and a Latias. That's about it. I have a Celesteela, I have a BUZZWOLE, and I have a Drapion that doesn't want to take fire moves because I don't want to get burned. So Teika gives me a lot of holes that it fills. It also has a really cool ability called Steam Engine. Steam Engine is if I somehow live a water move, despite being 4 times weak to it, it gives me +6 speed. That could be really fun in some matchups. A weakness policy Colossal is definitely not something to sleep on. It is run a lot in VGC, and I've seen it run a couple times in Standard as well, and this thing goes crazy. This thing's also absurdly bulky for no reason. Base 110 HP, 120 defense, and 90 speed up. This Pokemon is very bulky for absolutely no reason. It can help us check a lot of physical offense and a lot of special offense, depending on what the special offense is, and is overall just a very nice glue for this team. And also gives me a rapid spinner, so I'm not just purely running defog. Round 7 comes around, and I've decided I need a grass type because I need a ground resist, because while my team doesn't look very ground weak, look at my team and then look at Zygarde. Zygarde gets 1000 arrows, which shoots down flying types. So look at my team and then look at Zygarde. Yes, I have a BUZZWOLE, but a grass resist would also be very nice. So would a ground resist and would another defogger. Right now I only have one defogger in Latias, so another remover would be great. Grass type, defogger, not too expensive, gives me momentum. How about Decidueye? This is Robin Hood, our Decidueye. I'm very excited for this mon. I love Decidueye. It's a very nice support Pokemon, but I feel like it's a Pokemon that I need to give another fair chance because I use it very support-like. I feel like Decidueye has so much more to offer than just, hey, I defog, I roost, I U-turn, I get Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak. I feel like it has so much more to offer, and I feel like it has so much more for me to utilize in weeks to come. I feel like it can be a very good sweeper. It gets both Sword Stance and Nasty Plot. I believe it gets a lot of coverage moves on both sides to be a very threatening sweeper, along with being that supportive sweeper type of Pokemon with the stuff like Roost, U-turn, Defog, and just overall an annoyance. A ghost type is also very important. It prevents rapid spin. Rapid spinning my hazards away? No, not with Decidueye. If you're getting rid of hazards, I'm defogging them, but probably not gonna happen unless I don't want my hazards as well. So Decidueye is a very cool Pokemon. I feel like it has a lot to offer, and I feel like it has a lot that I don't know about it yet. So I'm very excited. I feel like this Pokemon is either gonna surprise me a lot, or it's gonna be very underwhelming for me. All right, so backtrack to round 3 when we took Cinderace, when we wanted to take Cinderace but we got sniped. That was gonna be named Thumper. So we decided to get a different bunny instead, and that bunny is none other than John Jr.'s favorite, Azumarill. Azumarill is a very fun Pokemon. I think this is a Pokemon that a lot of people sleep on. It's a very weird Pokemon because it's not that good of a tier 1, but it's way too good to be a tier 2. But I feel like Azu is a very, very threatening Pokemon in the right hands. Now, I have one right hand and one left hand, so I'm halfway there. I think Azu is a lot of fun. The huge power ability doubles its very kind of bad attack stat, but if you take 50 and you double it, that's 100, and that is 100% of a good time. I'm gonna stop making shitty puns about Azu now. I wanted a second water type. I've gotten onto this thing Owen's gotten me onto, and that's becoming more and more popular in Draft League, where you draft 2 water types. One is a very bulky water type that checks your standard water type needs, and then your second is an offensive water type, because water is actually a very underrated offensive typing in Draft League and in Pokemon in general. So I feel like Azu gives me it's not weak. It's a very bulky Pokemon, base 100 HP and 80 defenses, so it can chew a hit, and it can fire off a huge power liquidation on your face, and you're not gonna enjoy it. Even grass types really don't like taking it. Unless you're like a Venusaur or a Tangrowth, you really don't want to switch in Azu. So I think Azu is a lot of fun. It also gives me setup potential. Now, let me tell you about Belly Drum Aqua Jet Azumarill. That Pokemon goes crazy. That Pokemon goes insane. This Pokemon has enough bulk to chew a hit, pop its Citrus Berry, Belly Drum up, bang on his belly, and then start clicking Aqua Jet. And nothing wants to take +6 Aqua Jet. The mon is so powerful, especially paired with huge power. So you take, hold on. So you take 130, hold on, okay, so let me do some math for you real quick, live on stream, live on camera. So at level 50, with max attack adamant, Azumarill hits 112 attack stat. So you take 112, and you multiply that by 2 because of huge power. You have 224 attack stat. Now you multiply that by 4, because +6 is just equivalent to ×4 something. Azumarill has 896 attack, if my math is correct. 896 attack. He looks like a gumball with ears. But instead he's going to haunt your nightmares. So I think Thumper is going to be a lot of fun. I've always wanted to try Azu, but it's another one of those Pokemon, kind of like Diancie I was explaining earlier, where it can't really get it to fit. It's either too expensive, or I have another fairy type, or it just doesn't fit. So I saw it, and I was like, you know what, I want it. It fits on this team, and I really want to try Azu, and I'm excited to try it out. Alright, so round 10 comes around, and I had no clue what the hell I was supposed to take, because I had very minimal points left, and to be completely honest, my last two picks probably didn't matter, because I wasn't going to bring them much anyways. But there was one Pokemon that Owen suggested that I said, what the hell is that? I don't even know what this Pokemon is. Fun fact, I didn't even know what this Pokemon was when he told me what it was. He said, you should draft Dubwool. And I said, what the hell is a Dubwool? What is this? I had to Google it. I had to Google what a Dubwool was. And it's apparently the sheep thing with horns. This is Dijali. This is Dijali, our Dubwool. And I was like, I don't know what this thing does. And then I started looking at it. And I was like, oh, I like it. I like what I see. So this Pokemon gets Fluffy. Fluffy, essentially, it takes half from contact moves. So if a Pokemon makes contact with you, it's taking half of the damage. And then what makes Dubwool so powerful is it gets a move called Cotton Guard. Cotton Guard boosts your defense by 3 stages, or by, I believe it's 2.5, if I remember correctly, if that's how math works. I believe it's 2.5. So paired with its already base 100 defense stat, this Pokemon becomes very bulky against a very physically based team. If a team is very physically offensive, I set up a Cotton Guard, and it really doesn't die. Now, you may be thinking, alright, well you set up your defense. Now what? You're not going to do anything with it. You're Dubwool. Nay. It gets Body Press. So, Body Press is a move that it calculates the damage based off your defense stat instead of your attack stat, as most attacks would. They take your attack stat, they throw it into a really scary mathematical equation, and they give you know, like your calc range. This takes your defense stat, throws it into the very scary calculator, and then gives you a damage range. So, Dubwool is a very niche, but it's a very bulky Pokemon that I think could be a lot of fun. And I feel like knowing my stupid ass, I would try something stupid. I would try, like, you know, I'm gonna run Agility Dubwool because I outspeed his entire team if he doesn't bring his fast Pokemon. I feel like this Pokemon is a very niche Pokemon. It's also a Pokemon that if you don't respect it in prep, you could lose to it. And I feel like a lot of people are not going to respect Dubwool and be like, it's a Dubwool, whatever, it dies to fighting move. But if I set up, then you're not going to die, and then you're going to die, and then you're going to look like a fool for losing to Dubwool. Bars! The final pick. This Pokemon, I really didn't care what I took, but there was one Pokemon I really wanted to grab, because you know what? It doesn't look half bad. And in Crown Tundra, they introduced us to 2 new Regiforms, Regidrago and Regieleki. Going to the draft, I really wanted to get Regidrago. I couldn't make it work. So I decided to get a different Regi. A very cheap Regi. And a very cool typing of a Regi. We decided to get Regice. Regice, whichever you want to call him. The ice type of Regi. And this Pokemon, kind of powerful. You might be thinking, alright, it's a Regice. It's an ice type, so you already lose because it's an ice type. Look at its stats. Its stats are really good for what it is. Base 80 HP, 100 defense, 100 special attack, and 200 SPDEF. This Mon is a special tank. Pair that with my Buzzwole or my Celesteela, which are physical tanks. I'm pulling up with a squad full of tanks. Don't mess with a dude with a squad full of tanks, dude. So I think Regice is a very fun Pokemon. I've also had this thing for drafting ice types. I think ice is a very good offensive typing. Because not much resist ice. Water and ice resist ice. And fire. That resists ice. That's it. And this Pokemon gets coverage for all 3 of those, actually. It gets Ancient Power, which hits fire types and ice types. And it gets Thunderbolt to hit water types. So this Pokemon goes uncontested. It goes uncontested, barring thick fat Pokemon. And it just goes crazy. It also gives me a very cool niche, which it's really dumb, but so am I. And that niche is Aurora Veil with Hail. Manual Hail, Aurora Veil, Regice. It's a thing. Trust me. It's a thing. I'm going to make it a thing. And, yeah. So I think Regice could be a really fun Pokemon. It'll probably come to like 2 or 3 games. And then, you know, he'll just chill. But he is Yeti. He is the big abominable snowman from Monsters, Inc. So with that, that is our draft completed. Now there is one more thing I like to do in draft analysis when I do them every once in a while, and that is I like to look over my season schedule and give myself a prediction so that way in 10 weeks or 12 weeks or however long the league is, we can come back and look at this and see how well I did, how well I thought I would do, and compare notes. So looking at our season schedule, it is going to be on your screen right about now. And we start our week 1 off with the commissioner himself, Mr. I swear I didn't rig the schedule, John Jr., coach of the Portland Nightshaders. I'm not excited. I love John to death. He's my best friend. But I swear on everything, John is one of the most underrated players to ever touch the game, and he is one of the best players to ever touch the game. He is so smart, and he's super underrated as a player, and I think he deserves a lot more respect, and I think he's about to whoop my ass. Week 2, in case I didn't have to gas up my friends more, play OG Albina. Now, OG Albina is in the exact same boat as John. He's one of my best friends. He is one of the most underrated to ever touch the game. I think he gets a lot more, I'm not going to say hate, but I think he doesn't get as much respect as a player as he deserves. And he is a very smart player, and he's a very critical thinker when it comes to Pokemon. AP Evolution is the showdown division for all of the really, really good players, all of your top players playing AP Evolution. Well, I start my season off with the number 1 seed of last season, semi-finalist, number 1 seed, John Jr., and I go week 2 against 6-4 quarterfinalist OG Albina. You kidding me? You kidding me? Thanks, John, dickhead. Week 3, I play my brother, my pal, my friend, Grandmaster D-Ray. D-Ray is one of my favorite people on the planet. I love D-Ray. And he's a GOAT. He's gotten a lot better over the last while. We've seen him play Pokemon. He just came off of his BBR Finals appearance, and he is definitely no slouch. D-Ray's gotten a lot better, and his draft this season, looks really fun. So, your boy is a little bit nervous for that. Next up, we got Jish with a fish, the reigning champion of NCP. Josh, another APA Evolution coach. So, my first 4 weeks, I got 3 Evolution coaches. You kidding me? Fuck you, John. Stupid bitch. Jish with a fish. I call him Jish with a fish because it's not like dog with a blog. He is Josh, and he drafts Dracovish. He won last season by bullying everybody with Dracovish. He decided to round 1 Dracovish again. So he is now Jish with a fish. He will forever be Jish with a fish. And I am a little bit terrified of Jish and the fish. Week number 5, we play JB Westside, a very good pal of mine. We call him Curly. We call him Curly. We call Shay Larry, and we call Dorian Mo because they pretty much are the 3 Stooges at this point. JB is a very fun friend of mine. He's a very good friend of mine, and he's a very solid player. He's been around the community a couple times. He's been doing laps, and very excited to play JB. He was one of the players I really wanted on my schedule. You know, there was a lot of big players like Leo and Faint and Uzi and Shuckle and Vepsis and, you know, all these players, and I really wanted JB and Shay on my schedule, which, spoiler alert, you can see I did get both on my schedule because I really do like playing them. They're two very funny and 2 very good guys, so excited to play them both. Week 6, I get my rematch against the Uzi Gunner after 2 years. If you guys did not see, 2 years ago I played Uzi in the UBL after just being, I knew Uzi as GBA analyst. I saw him in WBE, I think. No, that was before WB, sorry. But I had seen him around. He was in NPL. He was in, he was known as a very good player, and he was known as a GBA analyst guy. So, since then, I've been a huge fan of Uzi, and I would have beat him 2 years ago if he didn't flinch me with his Weavile. And that was really unfortunate for me. But I finally get my rematch after 2 years. I'm super excited. I've been talking to Uzi a lot lately since he got introduced and I got put back in the league. And we've been talking again, and I'm very excited to play Uzi. He's a very chill dude, and I'm super excited. Week 7, we play Faint Attacks and the Star Shoes. That is going to be a really exciting game. I've never gotten to interact with Faint Attacks. I'm going to be honest, I've never interacted with Faint Attacks, so he's been super chill, he's been super funny during the draft, even though he was the only dude to get skipped the entire draft because he forgot to leave picks. Faint is really cool, he's very funny, and I'm actually very excited to play him. I'm very excited to see how he does, because I know he did WBE, but I don't remember how well he did. So I'm very excited to see how well he does with a coaching lineup like what we have. Week 8, we play my guy Alex Cool Rocket. He's also getting back into the upload grind. He's in the same boat I am. John's giving us our chance, so we're taking our chance and we're running with it. So I'm very excited to play Alex. He is just getting back into Mons again after a very long break of on and offing. He's wanting to get back into Mons for a while now, so I'm excited to play Alex. Week 9, we play Shay Quaza, like I was saying with JB. Really wanted these two on my schedule. I've played Shay twice. I'm 1-1 against Shay, so this will be our tiebreaker match. I played him in APA Academy, and then I played him somewhere else. I just remember losing to him. I don't remember where I played him elsewhere, but I do remember playing him and losing to him. But I did play him in AP Academy, and that one got uploaded, so go look at that, because that's what matters. Smile. And then week 10, we end our season off against Liv and the New Orleans Saints Snow. Liv and I have been talking a lot recently. She's been helping me get back into the YouTube grind with thumbnails and tags and Wi-Fi battles and suggestions and recommendations, and Liv is just an overall GOAT. So I'm very excited to play Liv. Liv has definitely been around the block a couple maybe 30 times or so, the draft league scene. If you're in the draft league scene and you don't know Olivia Osama, where are you living, dude? Like, I want to know where the rock is, because you clearly are living under a rock. And that is going to be our team, that is going to be our season, and that is going to be our overall I guess introduction, recap, analysis of our NCP season. So after going over our schedule and looking at our team and feeling ourselves, I decided that I'm going to aim for a 6-4 record. I think I can take on just about anybody in this league. I have put up good fights against John, Owen, Josh, the best of the best in this league. I have gone toe-to-toe with everybody in this league except for, I believe, Liv. I believe I've played everybody else at least once. And I've gone toe-to-toe with everybody at least once. So I'm definitely no slouch. I think I can definitely pull off a 6-4 record, and I definitely think I can make a playoff appearance this season. So let me know in the comments below, along with your favorite Disney movie, how well do you think I'm gonna do? Who's your favorite member of the team? And let me know what you think of the team. So with that, we're gonna hop out of here. If you guys have enjoyed your stay at Walt Disneylanders, please hit the like and the subscribe button. We are on the road to 150 by the end of the year, and it would really mean a lot to me. So with that, we are going to get out of here, and I will see you guys next week for our week 1 against John Jr. Make sure to have fun, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I'm out.